It's funny how so many people think that the mortgage market is just staying the same, and it's not. It really isn't. And it's crazy because you think of how things are different today as they were, say, 3 or 5 years ago. Even a year ago, I've always been the guy that wears a suit and goes into the office and manages a big team and making sure that everybody's in the office on time and just really kind of running it like a corporation. And although that wasn't a bad thing, the mortgage market has really kind of evolved from that a little bit. And you kind of broke into like two groups of mortgage people. The first group are the people who work in the call centers, and they're kind of like the widgets, right? They've got a 2 to 5 year expectancy of how long they're going to be in that seat answering the phone calls, and it's all completely transactional. Like, you might have a little bit of relationship with that person on the phone, but it's super super transactional, right? Their job is to answer as many phone calls coming in as possible, find a product for that client, and on to the next, right? White collar assembly line. And then you've got the other kind of school of loan officers. They're like the dudes that are out on the golf courses. They're smoking the stogies. They're hanging out their best friend realtor of like the last 20 years, or they're the new guy or gal that's just getting into the business, and they're calling on 100 different realtors and begging for business and hoping that real estate agent even has business. But I was reading some like NAR statistic a while back and watching some videos, and the majority of realtors haven't even closed on a home. Isn't that kind of crazy? Like, these people think that, hey, I'm going to go into lending, or I'm going to go into real estate. I'm going to be a billionaire and it's going to be awesome. I'm going to be smoke stogies and be on the golf course and make billions of dollars because everybody can do it, right? I mean, realtors make 3% on a home sale, and half the homes around here are like $500,000 now. So they're thinking, hey, I can sell like 10 houses a month and make 15 grand per house. And it's not that easy. So you kind of got the super transactional people on this side that are in a white collar assembly line widget center. And you have these people over here that are hustling for relationships. But, are they the right types of relationships? Is it going the right way for them? Who knows, right? But my personal philosophy, and I know I've said this in other videos, is that I don't think either one of these business models is sustainable. Maybe because I hate being a widget, and on the other side, I don't like to smoke stogies on golf courses, and I don't have time to golf anyways. So I wish I did, I just don't, right? But now the new mortgage business is like this. Guys like me, we're wearing the same outfit that we wore to the gym earlier this morning. We get out of the gym, we pick up the phone, and we call through our client database, right? We're looking for people to help. We're producing content that helps train people. So I think somewhere in the middle is having that relationship. You're not transactional, but you're not out here, schmoozing all the time. But you're somewhere in the middle, right? Maybe you're buying those leads, but you're taking what could be a lead and turning them into a raving fan. Well, how do you do that? Well, do you give them, the best pricing? Do you give away the farm? Do you close on time? Yes, all of that. But the most important thing is that you're training people. You're putting out content and helping people become more educated. A more educated home buyer makes my job a lot easier. Makes a realtor's job a lot easier. The more educated we can be, the better off we're going to be. And not educated by some fake news that we see in Facebook, or some dude that just got his license and he thinks he knows what he's doing, or God forbid, an unlicensed loan officer that, maybe they were a teller at the bank. No offense, tellers, but maybe you're a teller at the bank and this is your first year in the business and you're thinking, hey, I'm the shiznizzle. I know how to do all this stuff, right? Dude, I've been in it for 16 years plus, and I'm still learning. The market's still changing, and it's awesome. I mean, in the past, we could base our mortgage indexes off of more than the MBS, right? We had the coffee, we had the LIBOR. You could do ARMs, you could do fixed rates, you could do prepayment penalties, pay down penalties, non-penalty loans, 30-year amortization with a 3-year adjustable, interest-only payments, negative AM payments. We don't have a lot of those programs, though they are coming back. anymore. And there's so many people that are like, yeah, I offer a 30-year fix. I'm so good at mortgages. I'm awesome. And it's like, dude, like, like one product out of like hundreds of different products. You can't be the expert, right? I've helped tens of thousands of people buy homes, and I'm still not the expert. There's this market is just evolving so much, and that's a cool thing about it because, what is it? Somebody told me once that the Chinese character for, I think it was the chaos, also has the character for opportunity in it. And that's exactly what this market's going towards. You see all these lenders going out of business. I mean, these Mortgage One USA, Bob's Mortgage Hut, Sharky's Mortgage Hut, they're all going out of business or getting consolidated or merging, whatever that case might be, right? There's a lot of movement in this business. You look at loan officers. I've got like over 7,000 on LinkedIn, and I'm just hit every single day with, started a new position, started a new position, started a new position, started a new position, started a new position. You don't see those loan officers that are like, hey, but at the same company in the same role for the last 10 years. I personally don't know if I'd want to be in the same role for 10 years. We don't even see them in the same role for 2 years. There's just so much transition in this business. It's crazy. It's really, really crazy. So I'm hoping that you guys evolve with the business. I've had to make a lot of changes. I think having smaller teams is much bigger than when I used to manage large teams. I think that there's a reason why the Navy SEALs operate in 6 to 8 person teams. I think it's just more effective. There's less communication and more activity. And I think by having experts and surrounding yourself by experts in the industry is really kind of the key to success. Now, if you're a loan officer and you're watching this, there's no shame in going to call centers and working an assembly line. There's just America was built on assembly lines, right? And if you're the person that wants to be part-time and play golf full-time, there's no shame in that, right? There's a lot of part-time loan officers and a lot of part-time realtors, but those of us who are entrepreneurs and we want to grow business and we want to be successful more than just monetarily, right? You want to make enough to provide for you and your family, but you want to be able to have a good life, be able to spend that money, be able to enjoy the people, enjoy your clients, make friends with your clients, make friends with your business partners, and really get to kind of know each other on a more personal level. It's funny. Some of my clients that have had, I might have purchased one of these internet leads that everybody in their brother purchases. So they're getting like 100 phone calls, and it sucks. And I talk to them, and sometimes they like me at first, and sometimes they don't. And I follow up with them, and I check on them, and I make sure that they're doing good, and I try to educate them as much as possible. And I think that education and that follow up helps build that value. And of course, there's a lot of people that blow me off, but then once they choose me for the financing or my team for the financing, and they go through that experience, and I give them the best experience that can possibly give, and they get to the end, and sometimes it's perfect and sometimes it's not, but every time it's real, right? And we've gone through this home buying process together. I've helped them make one of the biggest decisions of their life, and my team's there helping them every step of the way, and they get to the end and they say thanks. And that's the end of the mortgage transaction, but that's not the end of the relationship, right? Those same people are the same people that refer my business for years. And even though I've transitioned a lot over the years, they found me, right? Even though the market's transitioning a lot and companies are going in and out of business, I'm still in the business, and they find me, and they referred me to their friends and their family, and they come out to our picnics and they do our barbecues together, and we did bowling night, and that was a lot of fun. Like, even our clients that don't like to bowl came out for bowling night, right? Some of them have been in our Bible study groups, and we've had a great time just sharing as individuals. Some live hundreds of miles away. Some live over 1,000 miles away, and we'll join into like a Google conference, and they'll call me and sometimes they'll wish me happy birthday. How do they know what my birthday is, right? But so cool because it transitions from being that job to being a lifestyle, from it being work to being worthwhile, from I don't know, maybe from success to a legacy, something more. And I think that that's what counts in the end because, as you can tell, if you've seen some of my older videos, I don't have as much hair down here, but I've got a whole lot more hair up here. I mean, we're not getting any younger, guys, and it's time to make things meaningful. And I hope that you change. I hope that you evolve. I hope that you never stop changing in a good way, in a positive way. That you grow. That you're better than the person that you were before, and that you're not quite to the person that you want to be. Because I think that that hunger, that race, that running that we do through life is what makes life so fun and enjoyable. So anyhow, that's my 2 cents for today. I know this is a little bit longer than I normally talk. Might be a little long-winded today, but anyhow, hope you all are doing great, and look forward to talking to you soon. Bye.